jet lag. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good.
Are we okay? Right, I'm with Flex Wheeler here at FIBO. How you doing, Flex?
I'm doing beautiful. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just want to ask you a couple of questions for our readers of magazines and viewers and your fans. Going back into the day when you were competing back in the day.
About 1 million years ago.
Not that long, but yeah.
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
Who did you consider to be your biggest rival?
You know what? Honestly, I was my worst enemy. You know, I truly felt that if I was in shape, I was unbeatable, and if I was out of shape, then anyone can beat me. But I was always my worst enemy as far as just, you know, critiquing myself too hard or trying to do things too hard. So I never really feared going against another person. I just always knew that if I can defeat myself, then everything would be okay. Which is the worst enemy that you can fight against?
Yeah, yourself.
Exactly.
You were well renowned for perfect symmetry back in the day. You were that's what you were thought of as. Do you put that down, your success down to that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's just a God-given gift. It's nothing, you know. I wouldn't say that my symmetry is perfect because I always look at myself in the mirror and I would see all my flaws.
But we're all the same. We all look at our own flaws.
Of course. I can tell you what's wrong with that. But no, I think that was one of my greatest gifts. You know, that and the round muscle bellies and stuff like that.
You say you were genetically blessed?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's like Shaquille O'Neal. He did nothing to be 7'2". You know what I mean? It's not a workout or anything. So that was just a blessing that I was given, and I just tried to use it as best as I could.
How important do you feel that is for people in the bodybuilding industry these days? So people starting off, do you think that that's the most important factor?
I think it's interesting. Actually, I was just talking to Lee Priest a little while ago, and we were joking like, whatever happened to hard work? Because, you know, back then it was hard work, it was dieting, and then if we choose to use something, when we use something. Now it's everybody think of using something first, and then maybe training hard. Yeah. So I think that's a big difference. Back then, we believed in going in the gym and just freaking having incredible workouts, you know. And it's like having a great Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then if you want to put rims on it, okay, but it's still a Ferrari. Now guys want to get a Volkswagen and they put Ferrari rims on it, and they wonder what's wrong with it. So I think that's the biggest difference.
Would you say the people's mentality these days then is relying on supplementation and other things?
Yeah, I think so. I think basically it's not just bodybuilding. I think it's sports in all general. I mean, you know, you look at you know, like today, some of the younger basketball players, they want to learn and do all the things that the big celebrities do, but they didn't learn the basics. With those guys, you know, Kobe Bryant and all them, they learned the basics and then they excel from there. Where guys now, they want to learn how to do the great crossover before they learn the fundamentals about the sport. And I think that's just that's basically what the sports are right now, you know.
So your advice to somebody just starting out would be put in the hard work and look at the supplementation and things after?
You got to have a foundation to stand on, you know. So I think the basics to anything that you want to do, whether it's business or anything else, you got to learn the foundations and the basics. You might be able to get there because you're gifted, but to have sustaining power is not going to last if you don't have the basics.
And what kind of supplementation did you used to use? What, not brands, but obviously what?
No, you know what? Unfortunately, back in my era, there wasn't a lot of technology, you know, put into supplementation. It was just about you know, a large amount of calories and stuff like that. Where now we know technically that's not sound information. So, you know, I'm very proud to be one of the partners with All American EFX. We put a lot of science behind it. We're actually a pharmaceutical company, so all of our brands and everything has to come out at pharmaceutical strength. So I think the greatest difference back then, they didn't have the knowledge of doing the background and the sound supplementation as they do now, where it's a lot of science behind the supplementation.
So do you think people like Phil Heath these days, a lot of their success has come from good supplementation and the way that the industry's come over the last 10 years?
Of course, of course. Now, obviously, Phil, from the beginning, he's incredibly gifted, so you can't take that away from him. But of course, just the same as I think I did better because of what Arnold and the guys before me, the groundwork that they laid down, that I was able to stand on and stand taller. So I think it moves forward. Just like it's just technology. You know, Mercedes-Benz 50 years ago is better because of that ingenuity that they had back then versus what they have now, which makes it better. So.
And what are you up to these days yourself?
like I said, I'm one of the owners of this company here. I'm the vice president of new business development, so I do a lot of global traveling and just promoting our brand and our sport.
What about your training? Still doing a bit?
I don't train too much anymore. I do a lot of core training now, you know, with the kettlebells and the ropes and stuff like that. That's the type of training.
Maintaining what you've got.
Just to maintain. For no geezer, you know, just to stay in shape.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you for speaking to me.
No problem. Beautiful.